Alright, what's up YouTube? Your boy Crypto Tone coming at ya with another video. So, this one is from an article from CCN yesterday. Bitcoin price will soar over the next 3 years, says Circle's CEO Jeremy Allaire. And for those of you guys who don't know what Circle is, Circle was purchased, I believe it was by Goldman Sachs. And basically they have an app that's similar to Coinbase that currently holds about 7 cryptocurrencies on it. You got your normal top 7 for the most part. I believe they have Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and a few others that I don't know off the top of my head. But this guy does have a little bit of credibility here since they were purchased by Goldman Sachs. So you would think that, maybe they know something behind the scenes that we don't, right, guys? Now, if you watch my channel, you definitely know what's going on in the crypto sphere. So yeah, look, Goldman Sachs. So let's get into this. The Bitcoin price will rocket over the next 3 years. I don't know if he said rocket, but hey, I'm gonna add some spice to this article. That's how we're gonna do it, right? Bitcoin price will rocket over the next 3 years, and cryptocurrency valuations will spike, according to Jeremy Allaire, the co-founder and CEO of Circle, a peer-to-peer payments technology company backed by Goldman Sachs, which we all know is a pretty big firm, right? While Allaire was reticent to set a specific Bitcoin price target, he predicts that its value will unquestionably be a lot higher in 3 years than it is now. I don't make any significant price predictions, Allaire told CNBC on December 14th, but it's certainly going to be worth a great deal more than what it's worth today. I am long the market. So we got a big wig who's backed by Goldman Sachs saying he is long the market. Good sign right there for us retail guys. When asked what will bring people who lost money in the current bear market back to the table, Allaire said it's because the fundamentals of cryptocurrencies haven't changed, simply because their prices cratered. Bitcoin is a scarce non-sovereign store of value. Regardless of its daily price, Allaire said Bitcoin has a very significant role to play as a non-sovereign store of value. The key thing with Bitcoin is that it is unique in its security and its scale. Allaire explained, as an idea that we need a scarce non-sovereign store of value that individuals can hold in a protected fashion. That's attractive around the world. Now, what else do we know that is a non-sovereign store of value? In my opinion, that's gold. I could take a bar of gold and bring it to China, and in China, they're going to have to give me market value for that gold. However, with Bitcoin, it's so much easier to send it anywhere in the world as long as there's a wallet and an internet connection. So, guys, if you think Bitcoin's going away, you're definitely watching the wrong channel. All right, so while naysayers have gleefully proclaimed that the death of Bitcoin, Allaire said it would survive over the long haul, and so will other cryptocurrencies. Allaire said some virtual currencies would die off in an overcrowded market due to competitive forces, but it's not a zero-sum game where the success of one digital currency means the death of all the other tokens. Tokenization of everything is the future of crypto. I do not think it's going to be a winner-take-all scenario, Allaire said. We have a phrase, the tokenization of everything. We think cryptographic tokens are going to represent every form of financial asset in the world. Wow, that is a big statement coming from someone who's backed by Goldman Sachs, guys. There will be millions of them in years, and I completely agree with that, guys. With the way the world is going and the way the technology is bringing us into the future, it only makes sense. And due to the fact that they're scarce is what makes them so it just makes them so appealing to the human mind. As CCN reported, Mike Novogratz, the founder of crypto investment bank Galaxy Digital, extolled the tokenization of real estate, saying asset tokenization is an emerging trend. Novogratz said several companies are tokenizing luxury condos in the Tony real estate markets of New York and Aspen, Colorado. You're going to see more and more of that, he vowed. It's it's a part of this broader movement of tokenization, digitalization in blockchain. The blockchain makes it possible. So think about it, guys. I mean, in the future, if you think back and look at like sci-fi films that have aliens in them and whatnot, and are on their rocket ships and whatnot flying through space, I mean, they would need some kind of system to actually get. I mean, not that they would really need to get paid out in outer space, but they would need to have some kind of system that would give them value in order to do certain things. Just think about it from a sci-fi perspective. If we took over planets, right? Or if aliens are out there that have already taken out planets and are already doing whatever they're doing in the universe, don't you think they'd be using a digital way to move value around? So that's the whole purpose of cryptocurrency, is that they're scarce and that they're able to be moved around super easily. So I just made that analogy up. I know it sounds a little far-fetched, but if you really think about it, in thousands of years from now, if we are to be taking over other planets and colonizing Mars and whatnot, we're gonna need something like that, guys. I mean, how are you going to have value on Mars? Think about it. How are you going to be able to go to the supermarket on Mars? You're going to need to be able, and then send money back to your relatives on Earth. That's coming, guys. That is coming. As prices tumble, Mike Novogratz pounds the table on real estate tokenization. When asked when regulation will happen in the crypto industry, Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire said digital assets have actually been regulated for some time. Just to be clear, the U.S. has more regulatory clarity than almost any other market in the world, he said. The exchange of digital currency with the banking system has been regulated for over 5 years. I did not know that. Wow. Allaire also noted that Circle and Coinbase, the crypto exchange and brokerage giant, are already regulated and have been pushing for sensible, targeted regulation. Companies like Circle and Coinbase are regulated under the Bank Security Act and money transmission laws. I lost my place. Where am I here? Oh, he explained, that's very significant from a consumer protection and financial crimes perspective. Bitcoin Unicorn Circle. We advocate regulation. Allaire added, we at Circle are advocating for regulation. We have been very active with Congress, with policymakers, with agencies. There's a lot of engagement. As CCM reported, the regulatory wheels are already in motion. Last week, 2 U.S. representatives introduced legislation to bolster the United States' position as a leader in the industry, citing the profound potential of cryptocurrencies and blockchain to fuel the next economic boom. So I believe I actually did a video on that, so you guys can check that out in my video list, which I thought was pretty cool because, actually a bipartisan thing. Nowadays, these politicians can't get along at all, but look, they can get along on cryptocurrency and say, hey, look, we think it's the future. Congressman Soto and Budd urged lawmakers to ensure that the U.S. stay competitive as these new technologies start inching towards mainstream adoption. Virtual currencies and the underlying blockchain technology has a profound potential to be a driver of economic growth, the congressman said. That's why we must ensure that the United States is at the forefront. So it seems as though people in the United States want to be on the forefront of this new technology. As we know, the United States is pretty much the ones that call the shots, that make all the rules and things of that nature. We're all waiting for BACT to be released, which is coming out of the United States. We're all looking for the ETF, which is coming out of the United States. TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, these are all companies that are in North America. So it's all within this area that we need to get this regulation underway so that other countries and this country could thrive in this new technological boom. At the current time, we have Bitcoin pretty much hitting bottom. Hitting a new bottom for the most part for the past couple of days now. We had our first bottom here on December 13th, which was around 3,200. Then we broke yesterday to around 31.41, and now we broke today to around 31.25, I want to say. So, are we waiting for capitulation? Are we going to see it? The weekly chart looks terrible. However, a bounce needs to be imminent at any time, and they're really just looking for that regulatory clarity type fundamental news to really catapult us out of this entire bullshit. I think that's what's going on. I think that's what the market wants at this point. The market wants the ETF. The market wants backed. Does cryptocurrency really need it? No, at the end of the day, but the market is calling for it, and we need to get it now in order for us to make some moves to the upside. Now, currently we are down a little over 84%. So a lot of people are calling for about an 87% retracement, which would leave us in between $2,500 and $3,000 roughly. Just to be a little more accurate, at exactly 87, you're looking at about 2550, which would be ideal for buyers to really start jumping back in once they see that retracement, due to the fact that the last huge bear market was 87%. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this article, guys. I think it's pretty big news that a company that's backed by a huge corporation like Goldman Sachs is bullish on crypto. And of course, due to the fact that they have their app, they have their exchange open, it's obvious that these people are bullish on crypto. So with that being said, like, subscribe, turn on post notification. Holla at your boy. Peace.